All the birds are having a drink because I used the tap to wash my hands. Because I just ate a mango and it was delicious. My sister gave me like half a dozen of them before I left. And I chucked them in the esky, and eating mangoes out here feels so incredible. Just cold, juicy, tropical fruit while you're out in the dry, arid land. I think I'm definitely at the part where there's nothing for a while. I think the next big place will be Mount Isa, and that's maybe 500 or 600 kilometers in that way. And that then I cross the Queensland border in like 300 kilometers or so. So that'll be interesting to see like what kind of things they have in place for crossing the border at the moment. Should be fine. I've filled out all the paperwork and everything. And there's so many birds there. It makes me wonder like how dry it actually is out here. Where do they normally get their water from? There's actually a big like sort of dam here. It's all dried up as well. Everything's so dry. Just makes you really appreciate like being able to turn your tap on whenever you want in your house and have a cold shower, go for a swim in the ocean, just be in the shade. Even this is like, this feels like so relaxing and nice. I say as there's like a million flies buzzing around me and it's like 37 degrees. I don't know, it's like my internal thing inside me that, like my comfort zone, the center of my comfort zone has moved substantially. Like I now significantly more comfort with so much less. Like I don't need anything. Could go further. Could just like, yeah, I don't know. I saw a fella on a motorbike doing the same thing. Just a swag and a backpack. And I just had that moment where I'm like, you can always go next level. There's one fella who left a comment ages ago, and he said that he walked from Victoria to Darwin. So, or hitchhiked maybe? I think he walked most of it, he was saying. I don't know if that's real, but that I was just like, yeah, that's next level. And that's what I was actually thinking about doing ages ago, like just hitchhiking my way around. I'm glad I didn't do that now, because yeah, it'd be pretty tough. It'd be pretty hot. Maybe in winter, when you got half a chance of finding water and shade and it's cooler. But then you got to worry about getting too cold. Like in summer, you're never going to get too cold. You can pretty much sleep anywhere, anytime, and you'll be okay. It's a pigeon making that sound. It's really hard at times like this to just slow down and just be. But there's like no rush to get, there's nowhere to get to. Like if I rush now, if I jump back in the car and start driving, I'm just going to drive through the hottest part of the day and end up like at another place just like this probably. And it's going to be probably even hotter. So may as well just like have a moment, have a drink of water, have some food, maybe even read my book for a little bit, record a journal like I'm doing. And then there's not much to report. I've had some good journals though, I reckon. I've had some stuff come through when I've switched the camera on where I've been listening to myself going, that's good. People will benefit from hearing that. Right now I feel like you're just looking at like someone who's just like, ugh. But there's a little bit of this. There's a lot of just, well, not a lot. I'm quite content when I'm driving. I like watching the country change. I like just taking it all in and the huge, immense stretches of road that just go in one direction as far as to the horizon, and the horizon's all flat out here. There was a part where I was thinking like the sky looks bigger. I can't explain why, but it looks like the sky got bigger. And then I realized like it kind of did, because the horizon's flat in all directions, so you're actually seeing more of the sky. Like more sky is in your field of view at all times. So it's like more clouds and like there's just more of the out there, like more sky. And it looks really cool. It's like kind of trippy. Because especially if you didn't have that realization, it just feels like everything got bigger. And it's just because you can see further, you can see more because there's no obstructions. It's pretty flat. I was gonna, I went to a place and I was gonna do some, like I was planning to film there, but then when I got there I realized it was like a cultural site and it was a women's site. And I was reading the signs and that, and it said if men want to go to this site then they have to go the long way around. And I couldn't figure out which way was the long way around. Like I didn't know, so I just kind of left. But yeah, I did that this morning. And it's like from that site, I think it's called Devil's Pebbles. The people used to walk through from there all the way to Devil's Marbles. So these are two like significant sites, but it's like a women's thing. And if I don't know like the local, like traditional law and customs and that, then I'm not gonna walk on like women's country. Yeah. But yeah, I was like, I've been tempted actually to just go straight down to Alice Springs and see Uluru. And I was told if you go past Uluru, there's even more amazing country to see, like that just would absolutely blow your mind. So that's all in the back of my mind, but I'm planning to, this is what I'm hoping, this is how I'm hoping the future unfolds. I'm hoping that New South Wales and Victoria open back up fully, and after I go home and I do all of the things that I need to do in the real people world, or really it's the fake people world, I'm in the real people world now, in the mainstream mental health and like the system world. Once I go organise all that, do a bunch of stuff there, I'm hoping that by about March or April, everything will be open. And I'm going to kind of continue this quest. So I'm going to go all the way down from the Gold Coast to Melbourne, then across to South Australia, and then straight up the middle, and that'll be the opportunity to see Alice Springs and Uluru, and everything else that there is out there. And then I was going to go all the way back up to Darwin, like, but just go straight up the center of Australia, because I think that would just be the most incredible journey, especially in the dry season after the wet season, instead of doing what I'm doing now, which is the wet season is beginning and it's just been the dry season. That's why everything's all dry. So by then, everything will be awesome. And then I'm actually thinking of setting up base in Darwin for a while, and doing some work up there, because I know that it's needed, and I have the support to do it if I want to. So, and then from Darwin, doing heaps of weekend trips, and like maybe even 4 or 5 day trips out to all of the beautiful places, having like all these beautiful experiences. And then I was gonna head west. Is it west? Yes. Western Australia would be west. And then I was gonna, head down the whole west coast and finish off, so that I've basically done the entire perimeter of Australia in the end. That's just like, that's my real big picture thing, but it's so subject to change right now, because I know opportunities are going to start to emerge in a lot of key communities and key locations where I would like to live in all of them and spend time in all of them. So I might end up staying back at the Gold Coast for a while. I might end up staying in Darwin for a while. I might even end up staying in Western Australia for a while. And it's all, we can't really make plans right now with this global pandemic stuff happening and all the restrictions and governments scrambling to control the population and all that. So it's all subject to change, but it's very malleable. Like, I've got a bunch of things that I'm definitely going to do, because there's nothing outside of me that can really stop me. And then I've got like multiple plans for how to do what I need to do anywhere in the country, pretty much. Put a lot of thought into this, put a lot of action into this. And it's cool, because by the time you see these journals, you'll get an opportunity to see how quickly I manifest what I want in my life, because I could already be like, if you look on my Instagram story or something, I'm already doing all this crazy stuff that I've been talking about. Like, it will occur. It's one thing I'm really good with, is like actually following through with my dreams and stuff, and like whatever I imagine for myself, I eventually get there. Sometimes it takes twice as long or 10 times as long, but I eventually get there. So what a good opportunity to just like update my ideas and stuff, because as I'm saying all this stuff, it's like I'm not exactly writing my plans down or telling anybody, because I'm alone. So this is an opportunity to organize my thoughts. Does that sound good? I think it's a pretty good idea, like pretty good plans. Oh, I'm doing well with the goals that I set for myself. I'm actually on track, and that's incredible, because I've set really like goals that I was like really scared to go after. So yeah, and I guess the getting so much done from a ute, traveling around, like, I don't know, I'm pretty impressed with myself. I'm just going to be proud of myself for a minute. It's all unfolding as it should. So everything, even things ahead of me, are falling into place, like in the future. But of course, once you align with your spirit and you start to do what you know you need to do, then it starts to work out. I was thinking of another metaphor that's really helpful. Like, I'm at a point now where I can't not listen to I can't ignore my spirit in a way. in a lot of ways. I probably still do. I probably still do make stupid decisions that I know are going to lead to consequences. But like the metaphor is, it's like looking at a fruit tree and you see all the fruit that's available for you, and maybe there's like a ripe piece of fruit right up the top of the tree, but there's a piece of fruit that is just within reach, dangling right in front of you, that you could take right now, but it's far off being ripe. When I used to not listen to my spirit, I would take the low-hanging fruit every time. But now that I listen to my spirit, I either take the time to wait for the fruit to ripen, and I water that tree and I nurture it and I allow it to grow, or I climb the fucking tree and I go through the challenges to get to the top, to get the fruit that's ready. But yeah, I find myself like I physically can't take the low-hanging fruit now. Like I've learned the lesson. Like, don't just go for the easy thing. Don't take the thing that's gonna get you what you want right now, because it's actually not gonna work out for you. Like, you shouldn't eat fruit that's not ripe, because you get sick. If that metaphor makes any sense. This is just like the Flies YouTube channel now. The Flies have taken over. This is their broadcast. I'm under the Flies' control. They've crawled up into my nostrils and into my brain, and now they are controlling my impulses. I can't actually speak. Fly dystopian horror movie in the desert with no budget. Let's make it right now. Just kidding. Just playing. Oh, yeah. Thanks for watching. It's just like checking in. It's no profound insights or anything. I don't think. Oh, I guess there's a metaphor there. I don't know. Sometimes I'm recording and I'm just like, what is this? But yeah. Comment down below. Love to hear from you. Subscribe if you haven't already. Click the like button for me. Just reminding you, if you want to do that, it really does help. I'll see you when I'm looking at you.